Radio.
What's going on with you? It's Kenya, and it's the Kenya Cordova Show, and today is specifically for Instagram, some of the followers and a group on their Instagram, okay? But feel free to participate, listen, feel free to share the information, and I'm going to be getting some extra episodes out after this one soon. But this one is for that reason, but also feel free to participate anyway, okay? Now, Instagram, my Instagram is bana.fagio, BANA.FAHGEO. Now, the topic is Battle Arknabia, and here are some of the highlights. It's been a few days. Now, we're talking about light versus cash. We've been talking recently about hearing, donations, and things like that. There's a quick fast, and there's light that's going on right now. And so people are in different ways. Some are on the left or whatnot. So here's what we're talking about. When you're needing to donate, that's where we're at. Battle Arknabia. Okay? Now, highlights this whole week and month or so, or when we started topic or any of it, okay? When you need to donate, that's the whole thing right there, okay? All right. So we'll get started. There's been an objective fear that comes in from the left to right. It's always asking you, do you have money? Do you have a way to get there? It's been in front of most. Sometimes you see it on some of the shows or whatnot. You always see its head poking out. It doesn't ever have the money. He has the booze. He has drugs. He has maybe a teddy bear that he carries around. This is where I'm talking about. So we can talk about it freely. You can share information nicely and repeat it a bit. I mean, it's really a language, okay? So it's not anything hard, okay? Now, people don't struggle. Now I'm talking about the ear. If I'm messaging to you and you're messaging to me, or you're a follower or you're a listener, you and I we're the same type. So the ear, there's nothing wrong with the ear, okay? Now, we've already heard the message. Donate, yes, but specifically Arknabia. That's a main message at that level to do if you're at a study level. Okay? So, yeah. Anyway, viewpoint 1. We've seen him walking down the street. Viewpoint 2. His pocket is hanging out of his pocket. Viewpoint 3, he says, hey, girl, what's up? That's the whole, purpose, okay? Now, highlight. Do we interject ourselves on him this coming forward? Because it is very calling in, this is how I see it. If he's been popping up lately, yes. Okay, so we say it's a battle. We say it's now, right? We say donations and light versus donations. This is now. If you're at the ear or hear level, you already recognize that this is the same. Now, I do want to correct something because there's somebody who's trying to work. There is no other jive. Yeah, so anyway, the battle, when I go to give my own type of stuff, his gives his back to me the same manner. So he was just there, okay? Then we're like, what do we do? So he's prevalent now in society. He is prevalent. So now what do we do? He's coming down the street. It's been the last few days, and I've seen him this time. I've seen him about 3 times. Okay? I've seen him once on Monday, last week Tuesday, and the week before Thursday, and any phone call oddness. So, what do we do? He's approaching in a few. What do we do? He's approaching. He's made an appointment with you. He said, this is important. He's at the light stand, and you just did a cleaning or clearing at the field, at the Eastern, Mid-Eastern level medicine. You just did a diet. You just did something, and you don't see odd. Okay? So anyway, he's made an appointment, and everything has been listed. Light is. All of us listeners know that light is. It's been listed. We see it and everything. Now, he's made an appointment, and he doesn't say the participant when he's talking. He doesn't say the participant called on it. He says, you are the one who sees me, so let me come right on in, man. Okay? So that's the whole thing. Now, do I break his skull bones and bones? Yes. Do I listen to him? He's only going to say try and look. No. If I said bones, yes. If there's any type of hillbilly way or sandman way, hunky sterile, sterilite, if there's any mongrel that wants to come in and say that he's on the left and that he's on the right, they can do so right now with volume control. Household items may be in disarray. Stress loads are constant at reference of any of those items. Nothing shaky. Nothing strength holding anything. So he just has the guts and the nervous and all that on the Arknabia side going, and it's at the terminal. So donations. At the donation, that's the thing. That's the what, okay? Or that is the precise id. Do we approach him? Yes and no. Does he arrive? Yes and no. Because he is in waves. Do we receive a donation? Maybe. Okay? That's about all that I have. If we want to go further into figuring out in a worldwide, if we want to go into figuring out why he so does this and that, we can go ahead and do it now. Whenever we get ready to do a battle, we put a headgear on. If you know about Illuminati a little bit, because I say sometimes Illuminati, that tongue, and then how we minister light. Who ministers light? Everybody who is in listening range. The tongue is, okay, and there's a cute saying, I don't even remember it, but I know it, but I don't remember there's words about it. So I'm just going to say it like this. Is the sword. Do we invite him in when he's not a normal visit? Invite him in from the left. There's an eye on the right. okay? Invite him in from the left. There's an I on the right who says it's okay. Now, as soon as he walks in, he either is head or his grunter level. It's either his head or his grunter level. If you're recognizing gnomes in storybooks, it would be like something like that walks in and does it. That means you don't even see him. You just kind of wish him away. If he's part of a unit where we have no conscious effort about it, yes. Okay, so we speak more about conscious and efforts and stuff like, or the conscious mind, accurate. Okay, so donation. If he's already rounded up, we'll say from the day that I knew that he was arriving to the day that that there's a participation rate. Okay, from the day where there's a participation rate. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I don't ever have stuff on my videos, and he would say it. Okay. I don't even know where to go. Okay, this is the thing. If you hear music in the background, I'm not the one playing it. Should the broadcast person take it through or down? I'm saying it right away. Should he do it or not? Yes and no. This is the thing. Why is he so deliberately trying to mess up my... I have to hurry up and turn it off. Okay. There's somebody who has messed with me in that rate of manners before, and it's happened year after 6 months, year, or what that is. It's never right at the front of me. Okay? If he gets nervous, that just happens, especially if you're around persons or people. Okay? So he doesn't come in on accident. On the left side, he comes in on the Christ side, like the right where you've done all your stuff. He always comes in he always comes in. Now, if it has to be toned down a bit, yes. If you're ready to break skulls, this is the information only for breaking skulls. That's their pattern, not ours. Ours go out instant. Theirs linger and think it's a joke. As soon as the guy comes in, he doesn't say, I'm the one who hurt your feet. He doesn't say, I'm the one who hurt your head or your throat or any drip. L. I didn't give you an L. I didn't give you a drip on purpose. He's not the one who says it. Okay? So, watch this. I ain't talking for you. Okay? So then I'm going for it. If you're trying to break skulls, all of those listening that are kind of nosy-ish would die before he even enters. That's the same type. It'd be the same type you, but it's art. Okay? It's a covenant that's risen. So then, when the person walks in, she's like, he or she, or it's usually she, walks in and says, hi, this is the same person. I know this is a default. Let me do what it is that I'm supposed to do. And let me recognize and then let me go. And they want you to crush it as hard as you can. Okay, it is behoove for people not to meditate on odd gestures, okay? But it is for you to recognize something. Step 1, let him in the door quickly. Do not get in his face. It's already there 5 days before he gets there. That's number 1. Number 2, if you're trying to crush his soul, you already know how to do that. You are the light. You are where the participation, I said participation in art. You're the here. Yours already know what to do, and the word try isn't in there. You already know how to jingle and jiggle and any of that. It's not what you think it is. It just is that. Okay? So then number 3. Number 2, yes, you already have that. You have the reference. Okay? It still behooves common sense. That's theirs, what they do. We hold the thing. Okay. Now, step number 3. Take off its head in a way that you would recognize your type of society and way. If people aren't walking down the street doing something, then that's people not walking down the street doing something, and it doesn't feel right either. It should get to a discern that already happens in the light of yours, because there's nothing different that happens with me than anyone else. Okay? So when they start talking weird, do exactly what light is. If it's like lower level demonic-y, and I try not to say those, then you'll know right away what the thing is supposed to be. It's not the stuff outside on the street but it is, but it isn't. It's the stuff that your hands can just do, right? Okay, then the next step, number 4, I believe. I'm right there at number 4. If he contradicts you in front of people, in front of visits, in front of ones he say he does and does not know, he's not the one ever has. He's to come into the door that he said from the beginning and from the end. Not any other person has said anything different. Okay? Then if he's to do work like plumbing, scaling skins off of paint for you, if he's to wiring, they like something of them like coils. If they regard like what you're asking them to do, you have had it set from the beginning what it is. Okay? It's now. Okay? That's the one that I am. That means that she's already done it for me. I probably didn't do it, and I know how to do that one very correctly in front of a person. It's called a niggerlight. They're very perceptive if you know what we already said to you for the fool to know. They're very, very perceptive. Okay? The evilness about it that wants to come in and talk to you face to face, but not at the levels of friend. Okay? So that's number 4. Number 5. Take its head off and its grunt too. To do all of that. Now, if it wants to yell and scream a lot and make fun calls or mocktails, if it wants to hit you and break your bones as it's happening, it's something about them that has to call out that this, like something. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. If it's nuts, you'll know it right away, a little bit, okay? If it goes and mocks you, but in a very weird, elaborate way, it is the nuts one. If it says, I want to visit you at the door, that means it knows how to talk both languages, yours and theirs, that talk to you, man and girl. Okay? And if one can try to tell you that it is what I think that is, that means they're that too, but they're older. Okay? If you have to stand there before they walk out, there's one that will look me in my eye. If I ever had to do it, no. If they crush and all that kind of stuff, yes. If I'm standing in front of them, maybe. If it's the tiniest, but see, my height and weight is the same as what I'm talking about. If it's the tiniest and I just like go on somewhere else and just do what you have to do, I'm not really regulating what light I participate with you. It's the same stuff. If I don't participate with you with this light, then I just do. You know, it's the same. If you don't want them seeing $1 billion of cash on the table as you're like saying this statement, if they have no involvement, that is the main structure that I'm speaking about, and it's not even a structure. Okay, so that's the whole topic. 9 times out of 10 with the Arknabia one, 9 times out of 10, most will not do it. They'll do it to the side where it looks professional or where people aren't mocking tails, and they'll do something on the right. They don't ever hear you in front of you, like, so it's like just do enough to what resides, what they are. It's the same girl. No one's asking a girl to get her head chopped off before it arrives, and not to like punish something that knows that it's like it made a mistake and it has to say something. It has to say, don't go near stuff. It's the same one. Okay? Then if he's that abrupt, no one's asking anyway, and there is a nigger light that's always right there that no one's ever seen. Okay? Then, let's see. So, 9 times out of 10, this one and how tiny it is, no. 5 times out of 50, the type would be my type, like a heavyweight. And then 1 out of 100, some woman, guy, or like something that people aren't really talking about is the only one who can do this thing anyway and knows it. It's talking too much to the left people, and it left somebody behind anyway, and it's like, yeah, and it'd be like the same one and knows how to do it and can't tell anyone that she's the one who brings the donation in anyway. So donations, light versus cash. Why we do these people, why we don't do them, what all that is, it's the same thing. It's like walking into a cavern or something, and then there's a whole bunch of like gushy stuff on the sides, and then you flick a light wand, and then it's like it's gooey all around. Okay, it's the same. They're nothing but squid worthies. They're nothing but like jolly bees, and they are bees. There's a lot of wasps. This one is very kind. What I was saying, this one's very kind. So it's very spectacle when it does me. It doesn't stand, and it knows that it's here. Okay? Then in front of people, it knows it's assisted everything. Okay? So I hope that was helpful. That is for this period. It's called a period of time where some of the doors are open for us to do things at a specific rate of speed. So I hope you guys really got the information. I'm glad about your participation rates and everything. And I'll speak to you a little bit later. And thank you very much. Bye. And,